root beer is your choice of drink today?
It is. I've been on a root beer kick lately. I don't know why. I've had a root beer in a couple of years, and I was like, wow, root beer sounds great.
I always think it's flat. It tastes flat to me. Like it's not so crisp like a Coke.
Yeah, it's. Right. I know what you mean, and it does go flat kind of quick.
Right. I wonder where that is.
Drink all the root beer you want. What matters is you guys keep saving lives.
Right.
Yeah, we did, right. So people are listening and saving lives, right?
Yeah, I'm at least glad that we have like a positive effect,
right,
on the world. Right?
Yeah, and Bigfoot.
And Bigfoot, exactly.
Right. I wonder if he's gonna send a thank you.
I wonder if any big feet watch our show.
I'm sure they do. You want to tell everybody what happened?
Yeah, we got an email from a fan. It said he actually stumbled upon a flock of big feet.
Right.
And his first instinct was to give them root beer, a shot, and...
Right, yeah, that's what... I think most people would do that, right?
I would think so. I would definitely, if I didn't know any better, and I saw Bigfoot out there, I'd offer him some
mushrooms.
Some mushrooms and some A&W. But he said he remembered our show.
On what to do and what not to do.
Exactly. And he was able to have a positive, friendly experience with the Bigfoot. Didn't look at his eyes, didn't look at his feet.
Oh, man, if he would have made eye contact, he probably would have gotten raped.
Oh, man. Right? He probably wouldn't even be around anymore. He wouldn't have been able to write to us.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad we made he said he just was polite, left him a carrot.
So, yeah, that got me to thinking, what else, like with, just, other things that we can kind of help out with the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, right. We need to start like a Discovery Channel Animal Planet.
Yeah, how to let people, know how to deal with, what do you call it, urban legends, or with
cryptids or mythological creatures. Yeah, we need to start that, right? Toad, do you have any thoughts or tips you've learned over your long and illustrious life?
Always keep spare Diet Coke in your car in case of aliens. They're big now.
Right? Yeah, they are big, right? Aliens, they're all over the news.
That's the next one that people should learn because...
They're coming soon, right?
They're coming soon, exactly. You need to prepare.
What do you think of all that?
Fail to prepare and prepare to fail.
Because all that news came out with, we were kind of listening to that all day with the, what was it, Congress, with the...
Yeah, with the
Air Force, right? Air Force personnel?
Yeah, right, like military, especially the Air Force military people asking them about their experiences with...
UAPs or whatever.
Yeah, you can't say UFOs anymore. That's a banned word. The politically correct term is UAPs.
Which means what?
Unknown. I thought it was unknown. Like aeronautical phenomenon, but it's not. It's unknown.
Aviation.
It's it's something like that. Unknown. Oh, unknown anomalous phenomena. Which that could apply to anything, like the moans I hear in my grandma's room coming at night.
UAP. You should have called it.
A UAP. I should call it. Because
have all these men in black show up, right?
But they were even saying, right, like, we need to get more civilians involved.
Right. What can we do as civilians to help?
And the report UAPs. I hear a strange vibrating sound coming from the other room.
It's a UAP.
It's a UAP.
So if you're around and if you see an alien, do you offer him root beer, cocaine, weed?
I do know that aliens love Diet Coke.
Right.
Learned that from
Willie rolling
from the expert on
on Diet Coke or on aliens.
both, right? So I would definitely, I wouldn't offer him any soda other than Diet Coke because I might offend him.
Nice. Right. Eye contact. Man, their eyes are big.
Yeah, they're probably like insecure about that. Huh? So okay, so like you know how like Bigfoot, big feet, you don't look at their feet because they get weird about it. You don't make eye contact because they take it as a threat. So I'm thinking, you don't look at aliens' eyes because they're insecure about them, and you don't look at their feet because they consider that a threat.
Oh, right.
Like that's the challenge. You look at their toes and
Just straight to their chest. Make chest contact with the forehead.
the forehead ring. Do you offer to shake hands?
Or like it's probably something like that.
Oh, you got to give them one of the. Damn.
Or the forearm, like the Viking.
But you can't use your left hand because that's how they wipe their ass. So it's got to be your right hand.
But that's just so funny how like all that UFO talk. Like, yeah, who's checking that guy? Or who's checking these people? Like how can they just be there?
Or Snopes when you need them.
Where's who?
Snopes,
Who's that?
that website, and like they fact check.
Oh, dude, yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, exactly. Where's Snopes when you need it? Because even I saw like everybody that was questioning them. The questions weren't good, but then one guy came out and he had some good like physics questions, right? Like if they're faster than
Yeah, he was like, all right, let's forget about the stories. Like, let's talk physics. And then he started asking like, yeah, right, good questions. Like,
was that you?
I cannot answer this question at this time for fear of my safety. Yeah, he was asking him good ones. Like he asked him like, okay, fine. When you saw this, what do you call it? A TikTok shaped. A TikTok.
No, he gave it the scientific name. That guy did. Everybody else was.
Oh, he did. An elliptical, three-dimensional.
TikTok shape.
TikTok shaped.
Yeah, he kept calling it TikTok. It's Tic Tac, right?
Yeah, because the guy called it Tic Tac, and he was like, "What do you mean it was TikTok shaped?" Like, what do you... And then they didn't even call it. He's like, "You mean it was shaped like this app? That it's like it's a Chinese spy app."
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, it
Like
was
a
shaped like an
giant
app.
TikTok, right?
Just the letters. Like,
Right.
What is that?
It's a TikTok shape. Yeah, that's what the guy was saying. Like,
But yeah, I guess like they're talking about that, and then later on, the dude that was talking about the, like, all right, let me ask you some physics questions. He was like, when the supposed TikTok shaped spacecraft aircraft went by, did you see a sonic boom? Or no, did you hear a sonic boom? And the guy's like, oh, it was you can't really hear out there when you're in the plane, and, which I thought was funny because you can see a sonic boom, you don't need to hear it.
then he asked if the TikTok was it like a mint or was it a winter green?
Or was it the orange one that everybody likes?
That nobody likes.
Oh, that's my favorite one. I have a box of those in my backpack right now.
Just throwing it like TikTok.
Right, that's what I threw one across the air. That's what they saw. You see that Tic Tac shaped aircraft?
He asked about windows.
You did? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he asked the guy about windows, and the guy didn't know what to say.
How do you? I don't know.
I didn't think anybody was going to ask me that.
Oh, he's like looking through his notes. I know one of that guys asked. I don't know if it was that same guy, but someone asked. You know, one of the Air Force guys what they saw when they looked into it, and didn't he say something like it was like a sphere with like a cube inside of it, and like the cube's corners perfectly touched the sphere's like edges or whatever, not edges, but like.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, he said something like that, and they're like, "So what was that?" And he's like, "I'm not qualified to answer this question at this time." It's like, what?
And then the guys asked, like, yeah, was your windows? Like, yeah, and those two guys, like, with, right, like, driving a spaceship.
With two, except each hand had 6 fingers.
Except the drivers on the other side.
Oh, yeah, because they're like, did you see, what made you think the spacecraft was non-human? He was doing a lot of right-hand turns. And it's because, the driver's on the other side, like, what? That's not human.
But for one, he was green with big eyes.
Except his mouth was on top of his nose. It was horrible.
Yeah, but and these guys are entertained. Like, man, what do you believe the pilots? What do you think they're doing? You think they really saw that, or they're making this up?
They're in the back, like, watching this.
Oh, I was gonna use the TikTok shape.
It's gonna be good for the podcast. Oh, let's check it out. You know what? I think some of them are probably weird or being dumb. I think the majority of them do see things, but I think they're just mistaken. Like they either see things that are natural phenomena or things that are like a regular, like a balloon that was going through a piece of metal, something.
Like that one guy, he's like, there was like a bird-shaped thing flying. They're like, how do you know it wasn't a bird? He's like, good point.
You make a really solid point. Yeah, it was vulture shaped. Except the beak was on the back. Yeah, like how do you know? There was even one too where the guy, like he saw something, some kind of unidentified. What was that, UAP? It's a UAP. And then he says, like, yeah, and the technology in that thing was something that we've never seen before, so much more advanced than us, even 10, 20, 30 years. And it's like all he saw was something fly by him. Like, how does he know that inside it's got anti-gravity and this? Like, I feel like, at that point they're just kind of speculating and making shit up. And yeah, like you were saying, like thinking of it on like a human level and like on a just a really naive, basic.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The way they talk about this thing, like, it sounds too human. Yeah, human level.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like, did anybody even? I mean, because you would see an exhaust, right?
I would think so.
Right, like a plane. They're leaving some kind of.
Yeah, there's some
trail.
There's something that's powering the UAP.
Then why would you even change the name? Like, what's unidentified flying object? Like, why do you need to change that just to make things more?
Thinking
like,
maybe just because it has like connotations, like aliens, UFOs, like so maybe they just want to get away from the idea of like it's aliens. Like no, it's something in the sky we don't know. We're trying to figure it out.
Well,
that's what I would think.
I was thinking like, they don't believe in UFOs, but if we change the name, they'll believe it.
You believe in UFOs? Fuck no, I'm not dumb. You believe in UAPs? I saw one the other day.
It was definitely a UAP. Yeah, because UFO is, you think of a UFO and it's like a 60s flying saucer.
Like picking up cows, right? Like, but a UAP is always TikTok shaped.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. And
which is almost... And then one guy said that they went inside it, and when you get inside it, it's the size of a football stadium. But on the outside...
I did hear him say that.
It's the size of a room.
Yeah, it doesn't even make... I mean, maybe there's ways to do shit that...
Yeah, that thing's not crashing if it has that capability, right? How's that thing crashing?
That was funny. So, yeah, because when the dude was like... Yeah, it was part of the... One of them said that he was part of, like, the UAP crash wreckage
Slash
Eight.
Lego builders.
agency to recover wrecks or something. And I'm just like, really, they're so advanced. They're flying across the universe with this crazy technology we've never seen.
Especially
But he
that
makes
thing.
a wrong turn at Albuquerque and fucking wrecks into a tree or something. Like, really?
Yeah, he runs out of power.
Or I would think if they're that advanced, it's not even like the little green men flying anymore. It's doing it like automated, like an autopilot. Right? Because humans are already kind of doing that, and I mean, they're not the greatest, but if these dudes can fly across the galaxy, their
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ubers are way better than
Yeah.
ours, right? So
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we just have no comprehension. Yeah, exactly. It's like trying to explain colors to a blind person, or right? Like, you can't. How are you gonna make? I mean, at that point, you can say whatever you want.
yeah, you can say that cubes inside spheres are powering the fucking thing, and it can go subsonic speeds or supersonic speeds or
And they said they found them and they were wearing black suits.
suits.
Like,
Except they had two ties.
put on the back.
Suits. Spats and a and a top hat. Yeah, it's always just so like it's obviously like human, like they're. It was even funny too because they were like, they kept using that they had bodies, or some kind
Biological, yeah.
biological material or whatever, but it was non-human. And like we just have a dead pig in there. Like, what is non-human? Like, because at first I was like, oh, that sounds crazy, and then I was like, wait a minute, non-human.
It's like, I've seen things like that. There's one that lives with you. Right? Like, that's a non-human being.
Or I should go to Congress with like a fish. Like, whoa, it's non-human DNA.
It swims in water. It's almost TikTok shit.
It's like a fat TikTok. And get this, they don't breathe air, they breathe water. Like, whoa. Yeah, it just seems so weird. It almost seemed like a sketch, right? Like
Live on Saturday Night Live, right? That's what you're waiting for. Even the guy, his face looked like he was about
live
to
from Saturday.
bust out laughing, right? Like he just, I don't know.
Live from New York.
Like, oh yeah,
It's Saturday Night Live.
live from Delta Zero.
Live from non-human spacecraft. It's Friday Night Live. Oh shit!
Friday afternoon live. It's Friday afternoon pre-recorded. It's like, oh, these guys are smart. They are smarter than us.
Wow, I never would have thought of that. Always 2 steps ahead. Except it's 3 steps ahead because they have 3 legs. Oh, fuck.
You believe in aliens, Toad?
Depends on how you guys define aliens.
I think he used to work with some right back in the day. Yeah, aliens, man. Like I'm sure we've mentioned it before, but yeah, I definitely believe there's other life out there.
Do you?
I think. I mean, it's just I'm guessing, but I'm pretty confident. Like this, it's got to be out there, but I just don't think they're here, visiting us.
Do you think they are curious of us, or do you think it's like they'll never? Like I mean, you think they know of us, or you think they're just like
no,
us?
I don't even think they know of us. I think they Well, okay. Well, I think I think there's lots of life out there just because the universe is so big, but I think the majority of life is not intelligent, and I think intelligent life is possibly out there. It's probably out there, but I think it's exceedingly rare. So I'm sure there is intelligent beings out there that ponder if there's other intelligent beings in the universe, just like we do.
But then, as far as math goes, I mean, because out there is infinite, no space.
I don't know
According
if
to
it's
science,
well, it could be infinite. I don't like there's like a size of like the observable universe that we have, and it's like something like 93 billion light years across, something like in that ballpark. But they don't know if because that's the observable universe. They don't know if it could be even bigger than that, and we just haven't. There hasn't been enough time for the light to reach us, so there's no way for us to like view anything further than that. But there could be more stuff out there.
but that's what I'm saying. If something's that big, and even though, I mean, okay, I guess it works with infinite. If it's infinite, and intelligent life is scarce, the fact that it's infinite, like scarce part of infinite, is still infinite.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like there's like the like I don't know if it's like a thought experiment, just an idea that if the universe truly is infinite, like infinite, that means that somewhere out there, there's another planet that's just like Earth, and there's another almost carbon copy of like me and you doing this exactly because it's infinite. So there's gonna be an infinite amount of the same things repeated over and over and over again. So there's actually, if it's truly infinite, there's an infinite amount of me and you doing this same podcast all throughout the universe. I don't know if it's I don't think it's infinite.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I see where that makes sense, but yeah, I seriously doubt that. That's
Cuz that's like yeah, like just according to math, like that would
according
be
to
true.
math, that would be
But
true.
yeah, I don't think it's infinite. It's like that thing where it's like if you have an infinite amount of monkeys typing for an infinite amount of time, eventually they'll type every single work of Shakespeare, every book, every play, because with the infinite randomness, eventually you're gonna do everything. It's infinite. There's only a finite amount of combinations of words and letters you can put together or whatever. Yeah, I don't think it's infinite. And it's like that idea I told you about, like in astrobiology, where one of the ways like they ponder about what kind of life could be out there, and one of the ways they do it is well, we only have this sample of life, the life on Earth that evolved or whatever you believe. So they'll count up like the ways or the number of things that have evolved independently. It's like how many times has flight been evolved? And I think it's like 3 or 4. Like mammals could fly, birds could fly, insects could fly, reptiles could fly. And then okay, what about like terrestrial locomotion? Like you can move with limbs and or whatever, and that's like way more. Eyes have evolved like 3 or 4 times independently. But then when you look at like human-like intelligence, so far it just seems like it's evolved once in us. So they're saying if you look at life on another planet, you'll probably see like eyes or some way to detect light. More than likely you'll see some way to move. You might see some flight, but it'd be really rare to see human-like intelligence. It's only came around once.
Here.
Here, yeah. Yeah, that's all we have so far. So I mean, yeah, I guess basing it just on one sample isn't the best, but it's all we got. So I would have to assume that like advanced intelligence is pretty rare.
But then, yeah, I mean, but how can you even say that we're considered advanced intelligence? I mean, we
Yeah.
might be advanced intelligence
Yeah,
for
compared to a
this.
turtle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess the fact that we kind of figure out the universe and a little bit, we know math and stuff. So, but no, yeah, for sure. Like, there's probably
Maybe there's different aspects to intelligence, or maybe there's just a lot of different things that we don't even aren't even aware of.
or maybe there could even be like another thing another trait that evolves that makes them like a highly advanced species, not intelligent per se, but something that makes them advanced, and that's even rarer. We haven't even seen it once here, like kind of like in Starship Troopers. Like the bugs aren't smart, but they're advanced, and like they have like ships and like
Do they?
I think don't they have ships?
Damn, I don't know. And they build it. Obviously, right?
Yeah, I forgot exactly what they have, but they have like it's an advanced civilization, but they're kind of like non-intelligent,
Like bug like
ye-
swarm brain or what do you call it?
Yes.
hive
or
mind
hive mind. Yeah, like so it could be like a whole nother trait that allows their
for the species, for an advanced species, but not individual.
intelligence like that. I could see that too. It's just something we haven't seen.
Because I was even thinking of the movie Alien, the H.R. Geiger Alien. Like it wasn't really. I mean, but I guess it never built anything, or. But I mean, it was.
But yeah, it was an advanced like civilization. Like they would like not conquer worlds, but they would like spread and do their thing and.
More like a virus or more like a plague or something, right? I mean, because they weren't building ships, flying places. They always kind of like snuck on board or.
Yeah, but it worked for them, and they were able to. I don't know, it's like ants, right? Like ants they're not intelligent. They're not like watching King of the Hill and doing calculus, but they're like super successful, and they're. I would almost say they're like an advanced civilization. Like fuck, they're.
Yeah, they're advanced in a way where they don't think of the individual. Which is probably that, like you said, that could be our downfall, that we do have this intelligence and everything is me,
Yeah,
me,
right.
that we don't care about us as a whole.
Yeah, cause I've even heard like bees, right? Like when they sting you, they die.
Damn, I got stung by one the other day.
Really? I've never been stung by a bee.
Man, it hurt so bad.
How the fuck do you were just outside and it just happened to catch
I don't
you?
know
How does
how-
that happen?
I don't know how, but one was in my fridge.
That's what I get for trying to fuck the hive. In your fridge? How's
Yeah,
that possible?
I pulled up the orange juice and then it was like on the bottom, like the orange juice was on top of it. I don't know how it got in the fridge. And since it was all cold, it kind of fell over and it was just kind of on the floor. And then I grabbed like a paper towel to pick it up, and when I picked it up,
It stung your finger.
stung me like a bunch through the paper towel. And it felt like electricity. Like it gave me like a super, like it was really powerful. Like,
Damn.
yeah, I was amazed at how that little thing had such a punch.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, right?
Did it die afterwards? They leave the stinger in you?
I don't know. I think that's it right there. I don't know if that's a stinger, but it's like a mark.
It kind of does look like a stinger almost.
Right?
Like a splinter stuck in you or something. Oh man, that's insane. Yeah, they do that, and it's like, they die, and so it's like nature evolved them to not care about the individual. What's more important is the protection of the hive as a whole.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them that live by my cactuses. And every time I water, I see them. But for some reason, I thought they were bumblebees because they're big too. They're big and hairy looking. But yeah, when this one, after it died, I looked and it was like black and yellow. But I guess from the top, you just see the black part, but the bottom had the yellow.
So it wasn't one of the little honeybees you see everywhere? It was a different?
It looked like them, but bigger. But it wasn't like a big black bumblebee.
Damn, that's weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Stung the shit out of me. And then wasps. I have a bunch of wasps too that are
wasps.
they're always in there, and they look pretty cool. I'm sure that I was curious to see what that feels like.
Like, not even stung by that one. How you're just gonna go out and
Because I mean, it was bad for a second, but I mean, it's definitely a shock. Like, holy shit! Like it lets you know. But then after that, I was fine. But it'd be cool to see what like a wasp can do,
damn. What if aliens have stingers?
right?
Imagine what one of those would feel like.
Excuse me. Yeah, why don't people say that, huh? Oh, yeah, it had a...
Yeah, it's always human-like. Like we were saying, like, yeah, it had 2 legs, 2 arms, it stood upright, 2 eyes, a head. Yeah, it's always
And a stinger.
in the state.
on his nose.
Or what if, like, they're on all 17 limbs and they have a tail or something like that?
Right.
It's always, like, it's always super human-like. That's another thing that makes me skeptical. Like, nah. Like,
Yeah, why is that? Why is that? Is that how we perceive as intelligence? Something
that's
that
what I
walks,
want. Yeah, like, it's got to be like us.
and then it's got a bigger brain, so it's. I mean, because
It's got a big head.
brain size does matter for intelligence, right?
Well, not necessarily brain size, because like a whale, I think, has a bigger brain than us. But like brain size compared to body size.
Yeah, proportional.
Yeah.
Brain's proportion. Because even when Noah used to go to the pediatrician, because Noah had a big head, and he would measure it, and he's like, "Oh, that's good. A big head is smarter." And I just thought, like, yeah, right. And he's like, "No, yeah, if it's a bigger head, it's a bigger brain, and it's a smarter person." And I didn't think it was.
And it turns out I was right.
No, that's what he was saying. You believe it's. I mean, because how much bigger is a brain going to be from one person to the next?
Instead of horrible thoughts that I'm not gonna say out loud. But no, I just think yes and no. Like, yeah, that's weird. Big head, witch head. Yeah, that hive mind. That's weird. And speaking of like. So you said like that bee gave you a shock. Man, even like those little tiny ants. Like the little red ones, the ones you see like when you leave food out. Man, just getting bit by one of those tiny things hurts. And it leaves you like almost like itchy, like if they like inject something in you. Like, oh fuck. Like,
Oh, those are not. Yeah, bees. I mean, because you can be sitting somewhere and then you can feel them biting, and you're like, "Oh shit, something's biting me." Yeah, the bee's
that
gonna
one's
be
gonna
like,
make you jump out
yeah,
of
it's
your
gonna
seat.
make you feel like, "What the fuck just bit me?" Yeah, for sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, like an ant, it's more like, "Oh fuck, ants are biting me." So another question: if, why are they? Why do you think all this UFO stuff is coming out? Like, what do you think? Because every time I say that to somebody, most people say, "Oh, they're hiding what's going on with Biden, or they're hiding like the whole
It's a distraction.
this distraction from that Mel Gibson movie," or which I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what.
I'm gonna say it's not a distraction because this Biden thing is just happening right now, right? The Hunter Biden, where.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff about him for years, but recently there's like another.
But this UFO thing's been going on. Like the guys' names they've been repeating all day. Like I've been hearing these names for the last year or so. Like Lieutenant Favor, or what was his name, or something. Like a couple of the names I've been hearing.
Yeah, like Captain Something Wong, General Holy Shit. No, but yeah, for sure. Like there's even one that I've seen him on like podcasts, and he was there like on Congress. Like,
Yeah, like he's that's who he is now. He's the alien guy, right?
he's there, right? I even saw the dude from like the Ancient Aliens with the hair up. It was aliens. Yeah, it's almost like a.
They've been slow playing this. Is it true or yeah? I don't know.
It's like a show. Huh? Like, can't wait to catch next season. Like, yeah, it's weird.
Why don't they get the guy from To Catch a Predator? Get him to catch an alien.
Damn, right? The alien walks in with Diet Coke, extra large pizza.
Right.
Why don't you have a seat?
Sit down on that TikTok chair.
What are you doing here? You here to abduct some cows? No, I'm just here to hang out. According to these chat logs.
You've been hitting Sonic Boom, right?
Online, do you go by Little Green Man 68? Yeah, that's me. And this is a picture of all 4 of your penises. Oh, I don't know where you got that from.
You know what's funny now is people are doing that like on Instagram,
What?
like catching predators. I just saw one where this man's at a Starbucks, and of course the guy looks all fucking creepy, you know, total creep. And then it's like a buff, tattooed, you know, gangster looking guy, and he walks up and he's like, "Hey, you mind if I sit here?" And the guy's like, "No, I'm trying to have a coffee." He's like, "Do you mind if I sit here?" And the guy's like, "No, I'm trying to have a coffee." He's like, "I know what you're up to. Do you mind if I sit here?" And then the creep keeps saying no. He's like, "Oh, right, I can call the cops." And the guy's like, "Oh, why don't you just sit here?" So right away, I'm like, "Oh, what's this guy up to?" Then he tells him, like, "What are you doing? What do you think you're doing here?" And then right away, the guy's like, "I'm just saying, I wasn't going to do anything. I promise."
Confesses to everything.
Yeah, he starts, "I promise I wouldn't do anything that he didn't want to do." And they're like, "Yeah, so you're talking to us, but we're claiming to be a 14-year-old boy. What did you have in mind?" And this and that. And we've got your text. And like...
Yeah, I've seen a lot of on YouTube, there's like a lot of like independent
catching predators.
to catch our predators, yeah. There's one I watched, he goes by Skeet Hansen instead of Chris.
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, because he's the original.
Yeah,
and this dude goes by Skeet Hansen, and yeah, like he's
And what does he do with them?
the same thing. Like he'll talk to them and show them everything, and then they call the police.
Oh, they do call the police? Yeah. Yeah, one of the guys I saw, he'd make them do push-ups. In Walmart. They'd be at Walmart or something, and he's like, "No, you're doing 100 push-ups. You're giving me 100 push-ups." And these guys would be.
Oh, it's better than going to prison.
No, but I think he does turn into the door.
He makes him suck his dick behind the Walmart, but then still calls the cops. Like, oh yeah, we got him, get on the ground, creep. Like,
Fucking creep. Fucking weirdo. Gotta get weirdos like you off the street.
I'm gonna check the camera.
Gross. Can't believe it.
You sick fuck.
Can't believe this creep just sucked my dick.
Yeah, which I guess is good. Like, you don't want these people out here fucking.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah.
I think a lot of them are mentally ill.
Yeah, like this man didn't look right. Like even just the way he was talking, he didn't look right. But
Yeah, not that that's an excuse, but
no, it's not an
but
excuse.
yeah, like I feel, not that I feel bad for them, but like in a way I feel like, yeah, like some of the ones you see on To Catch a Predator, like they're super autistic. They talk like a 6-year-old.
Or is it fake? Like, man, that's my last predator.
So like God, and the guy's not buying it. I'm gonna suck your dick in the back. You sick fuck. Let's go. It's always funny when I've seen somewhere like the guy will show up to the hotel room with like a pizza and soda, and then the dude starts questioning him, and then he's like, the dude that's catching him, he's like, "Mind if I get some pizza?" And he starts eating the food. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna catch you, but I'm kind of hungry. Tell him to bring Wendy's." Like, yeah, he's eating it and drinking soda, and he's like, "It's pretty good. You want a slice?" Like,
It's like, no, I don't want to slice. It just came all in that pizza. I don't know, I jerked off in that burger before I got here.
the guy's still eating it. You disgusting fuck.
You would do something like that, you sick fuck.
Yeah, so we need to catch an alien. What's the next?
Right?
So I'm Xander Hansen with the To Catch an Alien, and we're doing a MSNBC special on aliens who try to meet up with humans.
Yeah, if there are aliens, how long do you think before someone tries to fuck one?
Like 6 minutes.
That's what one of the questions would be.
Oh,
Did you see them fucking? Did you see it?
didn't see any fucking. Did you ever try to fuck an alien? No. Did you ever want to fuck an alien?
Would you finger an alien? Would you let an alien finger you?
Because they do have like those really long fingers, huh, with like bulbous tips.
Right? Perfect for fingering.
Yeah. Right, like they evolved the perfect body for fingering. The ultimate sexual.
Right? Why couldn't it be
creature.
a species that just fingers everything, right?
That's why
Right.
ET's finger would light up. It'd give you like a nice warm sensation. Oh, it's icy and cold. Or icy and hot. Oh.
Flying around in a big butt plug shaped fucking.
Oh, they thought the whole time they thought it was TikTok shaped. It was actually butt plug vibrator shaped.
Right.
Ah, damn, it makes sense. Except their buttholes in the front instead. Did you fucking alien?
What kind of alien?
So are you
Oh, you
asking me like how sexy is this alien?
Oh, you definitely catch something, right?
Can you? You think like intergalactic species transmission? Damn, you get alien herpes. Except it's spelled with 2 P's.
Oh yeah, but I mean, how would they reproduce? Obviously, they'd be fucking, right?
I mean, there's
There'd be
things
some,
that
like touching forehead kind of thing.
just forehead to forehead. Yeah, because there's things that reproduce asexually.
Yeah, but obviously, if there's aliens, obviously they're fucking if they're reproducing, right? I mean,
That's what I'm saying. What if it's just like asexual, like budding? Like you just start growing like your son right here, and he slowly becomes big. And it just pops off you one day, and then you got a little you. Or there's even lizards. Don't ask me how I know this, but there's like a species of lizards, and something happened over time, and like was it XX and XY? I forgot which one is the male one. I think it's the Y. But the chromosomes started like getting rarer and rarer and disappearing, and now they're all girls, and they fuck, and they reproduce.
oh,
Somehow I don't know how they do it.
some girl on girl lizard action.
So that's my go-to category on Pornhub. Girl on girl lizard action. What I would think is if aliens were here, and like let's just say like, all right, like there's aliens, like and shake hands, like we're all here, all part of this universe. Fuck it, and they start working at like KFC. I think humans would be like racist to them, really. Not racist, like speciesist. All these fucking aliens taking our jobs.
Right.
Your girlfriend's pregnant and the baby comes out green. What
Right,
the
right.
fuck?
Their doctors are just better than our doctors, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't think we're gonna see aliens. And then my thing is, are they gonna try and show us a fake photo or a fake video? Like I can't wait for that. It's gonna be so hilarious, and people are gonna tear it apart quick, right? So I'm saying if they're really gonna do that, they must have the top people trying to work on some kind of fake. Did you ever remember the alien autopsy that they released?
Yes, I was just thinking about that.
Remember
and it's
they-
like a video of some dude, the alien laying down with those big fingery.
With a big finger, yeah. The guy even like sucks on a finger or something.
These are great.
No, but even that looked all fake, and it looked like videos done. I mean, yeah, it looked like a video that coincided with the time it's in. Or
Yeah,
Alien.
it looked like a scene from like Return of the Living Dead, right?
Yeah, right.
Have you ever seen that one video where it's an interview with an alien and he's talking, but they kind of have him like dark, like he's on gangland, so they can't like the other aliens can't like.
Does he have a beautiful voice?
No, it's even like deep, like where they try to mask it, and he's like, yes, oh, and it looks like he's on. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. But it looks like they're hiding his identity to protect him from his gang. So
I thought that's just what he sounded.
oh, maybe I'm assuming different things. Like he's even dark. Like, you can kind of see like the shape, and yeah, it's like the oval shape, and he looks kind of weird. You can see some gray where the light's hitting him.
Is it oval shape?
I think so. Yeah, it looks like an alien. That yeah, like if they're trying to hide him.
And
like
he speaks English.
He speaks English. He has like a Midwestern accent. Like he speaks English. Yeah, he totally does speak English. He even knows references like he's really into the Dodgers and he loved sushi rolls.
Right. I think I've seen it though, and he's saying that we need to be good to each other, and he's just kind of being like that, huh?
Something like that, yeah. And they're asking him questions about technology and the future and all this stuff. Yeah, it's funny too how one of the guys that we're watching the video with was talking about how the majority of UAP sightings are in America.
Yeah, that's what he told me. I don't know about that. Because supposedly Russia just came out saying some stuff too, that they actually engaged with the one in the air. Whatever that means.
And then we came back with, well, we boarded the ship. Well, I fucked it. Like, what I'm saying, it almost sounds like no one really knows, but if it's Russia versus America versus Korea,
it's like
China.
Russia and America are like the two buddies that have to one up each other. Huh?
That's exactly right. Like, well, I did it. Yeah, almost like Cold War, like with the space race. Like, we did this, we did that. Well, we did. So like, yeah, I feel like they could just be making shit up just to make Russia be like, oh fuck, like
fuck, we sent a dog to space and they sent a monkey, a chimpanzee.
Right? The alien fingered us, but it sucked their dick. Like, oh.
Are most of the sightings in the U.S.? Because there's been sightings everywhere. Like some of the ones I see, and it's like in Brazil, Mexico, but yeah, maybe there is more here.
Yeah, I mean, I see American news way more than I see like Portuguese news. So like, it's hard to say, but yeah, it just seems like America is very like
we have the better movies. So yeah, they would be. They would, right?
So
they would be.
all the aliens come here like. Oh, they're gonna. Because if they go to like Russia, they have to watch it with English subtitles. When they come here, they could just, oh, cool.
Cool. People that get us.
I love Hugh Grant. Like, fuck yeah.
Back on our planet, we got statues built.
Well, we put mayo in our popcorn, not butter. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It seems like America is where everyone sees aliens, everyone sees Elvis, everyone sees Tupac. Like
Bigfoot, right? Is there
Bigfoot? Right? Is there Bigfoot sightings in like Mongolia? No, it was the
Russia,
Yeti.
right?
In Russia.
In Mexico. In China, is right? Is there some kind of Chinese mythological?
Oh, Chinese Bigfoot. He's just a little shorter.
His feet ain't that big.
you call yourself Big Feet? Yeah, I'm sure there's like all types of mythological, like every culture probably has them, right? Like in Mexico, they have the Well, the chupacabra, that's one. But like, there's the other one. The
hombres lobos. You know,
what is that?
it's those two kids that
Oh,
they're like gymnasts, but they look like wolves.
you have the greatest beard you've ever seen in your life. Damn.
Yeah, right. Their face is all full of hair.
Like, how do you get? It's patchy up here for me. Like, how do you get it? How do you get that full?
They're really Bigfoot. Huh? They're really like civilized big feet.
Civilized big feet.
That's why they're all strong and they can do gymnastics.
Damn. Gotta go and look at their feet. And I'll let you know what happens. Come back holding my asshole. Yeah, you were right.
Civilized big feet.
Oh, there's the ones. Fuck, I can't remember what they're called. Lechuzas.
What's that though?
A lechuza is an owl, but specifically a barn owl. Ones have like those really round faces, and I don't know if it's just Mexico or other kind of Latin, kind of whatever, but in Mexico, a lot of people are scared of them because they think they're witches, and that's their like they form almost like how vampires turn into bats, that they turn into barn owls. And so when I went to the zoo when I
I've
was
heard of that La Lechuza, like it's a witch.
yeah, it's a witch. And I remember when I was young, I went to the zoo with my family, and they have a big barn owl. I don't know if they still have it, but they had it like in a big cage. It was huge. And my grandma freaked out when she saw it. She turned pale and she wanted to leave. And she was really scared of it. And I was like, dude, it's just an owl. You know,
Yeah, we eat these. We eat
you never
these.
fucked one of those? Yeah, she was like so fucking scared of it. So yeah, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure every culture has their.
Like, look, you can put your hand in that cage. Like it talons up you. It rips off
Just touch them.
They're big, right?
They can get big. I've seen some that are small, but
No, but yeah, they can get big. Yeah. Have you seen them fly? How they're so quiet, like you can't hear it.
yeah, I've seen a video where I don't know who showed it to me, where they have like one area where like the bird starts flying and another area where like it lands like the other trainer and they put food, and they had like microphones like across it, and yeah, all the birds that fly are all loud and flappy and goofy, and when the owl goes, yeah, you can't hear anything.
Right?
They're like super smooth and quiet.
Yeah, it looks like if they put mute on, right? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's because witches can perform spells that make them silent.
So the TikTok shapes can't hear them.
Damn, so who's going to be the ultimate winner? The TikTok flyers, the lechuzas, or Big Feet? My money's on Big Feet.
We can go with the owl.
Did you ever believe in any like mythological things growing up, or as of current?
No.
The Mongolian death worm.
No, I never gave it much. Even the aliens now, I like. I don't know. I mean, not that I give it much thought, but I guess I'd have to see it. I'd have to be abducted and anally probed. Until I'm anally probed, then I won't.
Because I was abducted, but they didn't anally probe me, so nah, it was a fever dream. Yeah, why is it? That's another thing too. Like, why is that the thing? Why is it always anal probes? Like, humans are just so obsessed with sex that it's
Right.
like, yeah, they went up the ass. Like, why would they even think of doing that? Like, we're talking through here, you would think they'd be focused on this. No, they want the ass.
Or how they hide stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Or like that one where the guy said, "Oh, the machine wrecked," and then all the pieces on the floor you can get and crumble, and then when you let go, they went back to their shape. Have you heard that?
No,
It's like tin foil, but you crumble it.
it's like
and
foam almost. Or...
it crumbles easy, but once you let go, it goes back to its shape.
Mm.
But it's like, well, then how did you? And they're like, yeah, you can shoot it, you can do all this, and you can't break it. But it's like, well, how's that in pieces? How are you guys finding pieces of that? Or
Yeah, right. If you can't break it, you can't break it. But when it was broken,
yeah,
like
we found it that way.
everything was sponge-like.
Right.
So what do you think? Okay, I guess we're both like artists in a different ways, but what do you think's more likely to take our job? Alien or AI?
That's cool. That's cool. Alien, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. AI. I mean,
Because at least we know AI is there, like for sure, right? And it's already working.
I wonder with all this new information coming out, if you ask AI if aliens exist, if it'll give an opinion.
I feel like it won't give you an answer.
No. But yeah, we were talking about that earlier. How AI you would think they were designed to take the jobs people don't want.
Yeah, like how you go to Walmart, it's a self checkout, or the gas stations. You don't even have to. Man, I remember talking to you about a website that I saw. I can't remember what it's called, but you could type in like a profession, and it'll tell you the likelihood of a robot taking over that job in the next like 50 years. And the ones that were, like you said, like the ones that were really like high, like more likely were, like little menial physical jobs. And the ones that were really unlikely were the ones where, I guess, like where creativity is involved. So like artists, scientists, mathematicians, philosophers, stuff like that. Like those were less likely. But I don't know. We're starting to see AI create art.
Yeah, it's
AI movies, jokes. Like, yeah, exactly. I've heard AI create music that blows my mind.
Yeah,
and I'm
music.
Like, wow, like
it can make. I've seen where they do a style of a song, but with somebody else's voice, or.
Yeah, so eventually AI is gonna. Artists aren't even gonna be needed because AI.
No,
just does
they're
everything.
not. And I wonder if you can kind of, because I mean, I guess the AI. Technically, it would learn, right? Like if you can give it a personality of an artist, like, oh, you're going to be influenced by this, make me an album, and then like, okay, now, like off what you made, keep growing or keep expanding, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I think it's already kind of doing that, but I'm sure it's gonna get even better, and it's gonna be able to
Keep going with it.
keep gonna learn and. Isn't that what they say supposedly? Like that once an AI starts like learning on its own and self improving, that's when it's over. That's when we hit the technological singularity.
But yeah, I don't think it will. I was listening to a guy the other day talk about it on a podcast, and everything he was saying makes sense. It's like, yeah, the AI, it's like it can't think. It can't think. It's just like a modified calculator. Yeah, exactly. That's what he was saying. It's a tool. It's not like
That conscious thing or something.
yeah, it's not conscious. It's not going to get conscious. It never will. It's nothing to be threatened by, or like it doesn't even have that, or
Yeah, I definitely don't think it has it right now, but I think it's possible. I don't know how far we are away from that. Probably like pretty far, but I think it would be possible. Remember Stephen Hawking before he died? That's what they asked him what the biggest threat to humanity was, and he said artificial intelligence.
yeah, he was a funny guy too, Hawking. He was super atheist, but then yeah, you'll believe in AI, like getting a consciousness, like. So yeah. So that's what I think it's like. Yeah, people that are super atheists and believe in science, it's almost like they're making AI their god, or like they're making technology their form of god, where it can create consciousness or it can create that. Like I think I think everybody, and it'll always be like because I don't think the day would ever come. But then anybody thinking like that would just be like, yeah, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. Like you have this false, like you'll never say it's like, oh yeah, it's not going to happen because it's always just in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting. See, I mean, I guess we just see it different ways because I'm obviously atheist, and I think if there was a God and like he made humans special, then I think that would mean that AI would never come to life. But like, because I don't think there's anything special about humans, I don't see why AI can't come to life if you can make something that acts like a brain. Because I think it's all just physical. So because I think it's all physical, that's why I think AI could become conscious.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if AI is impossible, then would you say that's proof of a creator? Or closer to it?
If it's absolutely impossible, like it can never happen no matter how advanced, then yeah, I think that would be not evidence for a creator, but evidence against there not being. Well, I guess it's like the same thing. Because then that means that we're special somehow.
So that's what I'm saying. So then the fact that it'll never be proven, somebody with your thought is just going to always think, oh yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But when it's never coming, instead of just like, when would you finally admit, okay, we're not capable of that? I mean, you never would be because you're always going to have that, like, oh yeah, it's close, right? Like if a scientist came out and said, oh, there's no way we can create it, what would you think he's wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. but I get what you're saying is because like, yeah, I mean, we're close. We're not close now, but doesn't mean we won't get there.
It's just I think it's weird trying to prove the non-existence of something. How would I ever prove to you that there's no fairies on another planet? Like what can I possibly show you? So that's why I think like, oh, man, there's a word for it.
You can't even show me a picture of a planet.
Damn. Checkmate. No, there's a falsifiability.
Oh no, yeah, I agree.
Like if you can't, but if I can't, I think.
Yeah, it's the same thing with. Yeah, I was not arguing, but I was talking with a friend a while back, and he explained the spaghetti monster or whatever.
Yeah, how do you disprove the existence of something? Because then you could always be like, no, it's over there. Or, oh, it's over there. So that's why I think like we should. I think it's like a bad approach to base your beliefs on things that you can't disprove. And I think it's better to go about it by the things you can prove.
Okay, so then to flip it on you, I think the same thing goes for you saying we can create a computer with a consciousness. It's like you're searching, like obviously we haven't, but what gives you confidence in saying that we can if it can't be proven? Right, like you're going the other way. That's what I'm saying. You're the way I think of a creator is the way you think of us being able to create consciousness. Like we both think of it the same way, but I'm just putting that train of thought into creator, and you're putting it into.
What I do think. Like. Yeah, I just think it takes time. Like I think eventually we will be able to prove it. Like if you try to explain how this computer works to like Sumerians, yeah, that's like black magic to them. But like it is true. I think eventually you can prove it. But
yeah, and
would you ever be able to prove a creator?
Yeah, I think eventually he'll prove. I think eventually he'll show himself to you. That's what I'm saying. It's the same. It's the exact same argument.
I don't know.
Exactly. But when it comes to that, it's like no, I don't know.
Well, it's just like we do have like there is AI already. There is like computers. There is like so. I think that's evidence that like things are possible, but I don't think there's any evidence at all of a creator. And I know obviously you disagree, but I don't think like, oh, we're getting closer and
But there's
closer to
never
proving
been
the creator.
Yeah, there's never been anything close to humans creating consciousness. I think. Yeah, they can create a phone. They can create electricity. They can create
You don't think it's a step closer?
a walkie. Nah,
No.
I think it's all the same. Technology is all the same. A calculator to a phone, and then you mix them up, and you've got, like it's a TV. Like our phone is what? What is it? It's like a television, calculator, phone. It's all these same tools that we've been using
You don't think that's like
put together.
like closer to like something that's semi-intelligent over like an abacus or something like?
It's a better tool, but it's the same tool. But at no point is anything thinking on its own. At no point did you ever have an abacus that could do math on its own for its own sake, or same thing with the calculator. Like it's never going to question math problems.
Or what about? I'm trying to like with animals. Like, obviously we're conscious and intelligent, and then apes are pretty close. Birds, and then I feel like you can see like levels of consciousness and intelligence. So I feel like that just shows that it can be improved. There can be like a smaller, if you want to call it like a lower level of consciousness and intelligence. Like us compared to like a dog, or a dog compared to like a banana tree. Like, so I
Yeah.
think that shows that like things can improve, and like with more connections and more complexity, it gets closer and closer to human-like intelligence.
But I would say you'd have to compare humans to humans. You couldn't compare humans to an animal. Like I would think humans are just as conscious as they were 100 years ago, or it's not like we're evolving that way. I think
I think we are.
our conscious is evolving.
Yeah, I think
We're
getting,
more conscious.
I think we're getting smarter, more
Okay,
intelligent. like-
okay. Is that the same as conscious? Like yeah, because intelligence, I think will go up. Because yeah, you're definitely learning more, and the more people and the more time you learn, but you're not.
Yeah, because like maybe not 100 years ago, but what about like 10,000 years ago, or 100,000 years ago? Because I mean, like the average kid nowadays is pretty smart compared to like grown-up
Yeah.
cavemen, right? Like,
But yeah, I don't think. Damn, I mean, yeah, I guess we need the definition of conscious. Because, I mean, it's not intelligence, right? That's not the definition.
no, but I think that plays a role in it. Like part of my consciousness is, sitting up at night wondering about things, and I don't think like dogs are doing that, even though I think they're conscious and but
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Okay, so your ability to stay up late and think is no different than a man's ability to stay up and think 100 years ago. Maybe the information is different, but he is still thinking the way you are thinking. And yeah, maybe some people do question more on an individual basis, but the ability to stay up and question things is the same. But yeah, of course, now you have more information, so you've got more stuff to think about.
yeah, okay, I agree with you there, but I do. I think it's a little bit more advanced now. Like in 100 years isn't that long to see a difference. But I'm saying like 100, 200,000 years ago. I don't know how long.
Yeah, okay,
humans
yeah,
have
we'll
been
say
around.
200,000 years ago.
I think back then, yeah, like our ability now is better than theirs were. And we're still
to
humans, right?
think about things.
Mhm.
Man, maybe their ability was better than us because they weren't distracted by computers and by TV. So maybe they had more time to develop their consciousness and to think about the outside world. And yeah, like think about like some man living in the jungle where that's all he did. I mean, he ate, hunted, and while we're so busy with TikTok and talks of aliens and right, I mean, we don't have the time to think anymore. So maybe we're devolving. That sounds more likely to me as far as our ability to have the just to question things, to sit down and just question. But yeah, the information now is more information, but the ability to do it is, I think, the same. Like people aren't evolving into have more ability to question themselves, I guess, right? Does that make sense? Or
I get what you're saying. It's interesting. What about like aliens? Like, let's say there is aliens and they're super advanced and they are here. At some point, they had to get there, from something less. You think they just always had that ability?
man, yeah, see, that's where we both differ because I don't think they evolved from. Like, yeah, I don't believe. I mean, I don't believe in evolution the way you do, as us being an ape at some right. There was what would you say our ancestor was an ape? Is that what it
Ape-like?
ape like that split up into apes and split up into us?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't believe that. And that's where you're saying conscious grew from that. Some kind of ape thing that never thought about itself to one day one of them thinking about himself.
Yeah, I mean, because fuck, like, I do think that at some point we're like fish-like things, and even that came from like, I don't know the exact journey, but yeah. So I do think at some point we had to
Consciousness. And
yeah,
you
it
think
just improved over time.
improved?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Well,
It must have, that's what I'm saying, it must have been sparked. Because from a fish not having it to the first thing that had it, like, that's what I'm asking you. What
did we talk? Yeah, it's like the last time we had. I don't think there was one moment
But
where
there has
the
to be.
banana tree woke up and was
But
like,
it has
"Oh."
to be.
I
That's
don't
what
think
I'm
so.
saying.
I just
It-
think it was little by little when it got better.
Yeah, but obviously a cell doesn't have that, right? Or would you say a fish has that?
Consciousness?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can put it to sleep. It's unconscious. So obviously there's something there. Like it's awake. It's conscious that somehow. Like it's.
Or
I mean, I don't think
ability-
it's as advanced as ours. It's not like thinking, but or not that it's not thinking, but not the way we think. But yeah, like I get like I don't think there was one exact moment.
the
when-
ability to question one's existence.
And I think humans are the only ones that can do that, right? Or even question.
To even question, yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. From that fish not being able to, and then evolving into us, at one point something was able to question itself. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I understand how things build slow, but that's what I'm saying. From something that can't do it to something that can do it, there has to be that one that did it, the first one. There has to be, right? Just like there had to be the first fish that walked out and never walked back in the water, right?
You guys are both idiots.